Hello everybody, Russian Batman here, back with another video, and today, this one's pretty exciting. I'm redrawing Potatomeen characters from the Potatomeen verse. Yeah, so this guy, first dude I'm drawing, is you got this little tree guy. He's made customs of all these characters, and his name is, hold on, let me look it up. He sent it to me on Discord, but I already forgot. It's like Kevin or something, some pretty funky name. It's the first one, and I call oh, this dude is Melvin. So Melvin, okay. I really like how Melvin turned out. Melvin, he's a pretty funny looking dude. He's definitely the worst drawing out of the three I've made in this video. You'll see what the other two are. The other two are actually pretty much bangers. I really love those. But this one, it's alright. I think it gets across the mood. I do think, like, I kind of wish I exaggerated the proportions a bit more. Although it might seem a bit too lanky, I kind of wish I just made, I don't know, a bit more exaggerated. Also, I gave him a wooden sword. I thought it would fit. I mean, maybe it doesn't because, like, he's made of wood, so maybe he wouldn't want a wooden sword. I don't know, but I gave him a wooden sword anyways. Because, oh, here's me making a little symbol. Ooh. That he has on the chest. But yeah, he's basically just kind of like a generic medieval knight, but he's like a tree person as well. Here you see me making the chainmail. I cheat a little where I copy paste the little rows, and then I just copy the whole arm and use it again. So yeah, look, I copy the whole arm. Boom, it's a little bit of trolling. I thought it was clever. Come on, give me some ingenuity points for that one. But yeah, I give him chainmail all over. Then I also, give him chainmail in the inside of the shirt. You'll see in his original custom, if you go check it out, I think it might be on Instagram or something. And his original custom, he has underneath the actual, like, you know, the overshirt he has, in the tears, you can see the tree, his skin underneath it, which didn't really make sense to me, because, like, wouldn't you just see the chainmail? Because, like, why would he have chainmail on his arms and not in his torso? That didn't make sense, but still, I really like how this guy turned out. He's pretty cool. I like some of the pose of his hands, and I like how kind of his fingers over here kind of like melded together, like if it's an actual just like piece of tree. But yeah, I think he's pretty cool. Yeah. And then Potatomeen's trying to make a render of him. I remember this last time he mentioned him. Because he was going Mechabricks, like, what piece should I use? Like, use the Groot head, but then the Groot head wasn't on Mechabricks, so I was like, oh dang. But yeah, overall, this guy's pretty cool. I add some greens, and I also add some variation in the color of so I add some more color to the actual tree, where I had these like little streaks of a slightly different shade of brown, just to kind of get some variation before actual shading goes on. And also you'll see towards the end of this drawing, I'm no longer showing the backgrounds, or at least showing myself painting the backgrounds. That's just to kind of, because the background's the boringest part, and I'm kind of just doing that to save time with the actual like recording. So just so, like, I don't know, like a part of the video doesn't, because my OBS is being whack recently. You notice in the last like drawing video, if you've seen it, which not a lot of people saw, I thought those drawings turned out cool. I guess, I don't know if the video wasn't interesting enough, but in those videos you see that, like, for whatever reason, my Mr. Beast drawing, it didn't save properly, like the recording. So this time I'm actually making sure to split up the recording more. So, like, for the next drawing, after I'm finished with the line work, I stop recording and then I start recording again for the other step, just to ensure that even if it cuts off a part of the video, I still have like pieces of it to put together, so I'm not just showing you guys like literally nothing of the speed draw. Or do you guys even want to see the speed draw? I don't frankly know. But yeah, overall this drawing is pretty good. Not the best out of all of them. The next one I think is probably the coolest, but yeah, you see here in just a second, and boom, kind of generic background, but yeah, there he is, tree dude. All right, this one I'm really happy with. This is Tall Goth. I didn't even have to ask him for the name. I just watched his original video of him making this custom. But yeah, here is Tall Goth, and I'm pretty sure he's supposed to be like, if not the main antagonist, like, he's definitely a big antagonist in the Potato-verse, I guess. You see here, I'm making the shoulders, but I end up changing that up later. I end up making it more accurate to the original custom, because just doing that kind of just based off what I think it should look like. But then I'm for some whatever reason I'm just really not good at making shoulder pads. So like I said, they're these weird Samus looking shoulder pads. But then look, boom, way better, instantaneously. But yeah, this is Tolgoff, and I'm really happy with the pose and kind of how menacing it looks. I think once I get into shading, I lose it a little bit. But oh, you see here, I'm doing another layer for that armor detail, which I actually didn't realize. I rewatched Potatomeen's video. And it turns out Tolgoff is supposed to be in the lore. And by the way, Potatomeen, you really need to consider like writing some lore for this. Like, bro, if you ever wanted to like make a comic or something, I would be so down to do some art for that, because that would be so cool. I don't know, this like world you've created, it's really cool. I really like it. So Tolgoff, as you can see, yeah, pretty cool. And the armor is meant to sort of look like Potatomeen's armor, at least it's like OG armor. Is what I'm assuming the lore is, right? Because recently he's changed it, so like maybe he, he moves away from the Tolgoff armor to the regular armor. But see here, I didn't actually realize that at the time. So you can see here, there's a helmet he's stomping on. That's actually Potatomeen's helmet. I color it to make it look like his. I was considering just making it a normal Crusader's helmet, but I was like, he's like the enemy of Potatomeen, so I'll make him crushing Potatomeen's helmet. But then I realized I probably shouldn't have done that, because like I said, it's his father. But I don't know the actual father-son dynamic they have, so I don't know if that would be accurate to the lore of Potatomeen. But I still think it's pretty cool. Maybe it could be like, I don't know, like some like weird dream sequence where he's like, I'm gonna crush my enemies. I don't know, but I think the pose looks really cool, and you could easily just pretend it's not Potatomeen's like helmet, like if it doesn't fit with the lore Potatomeen. If you're watching this Potatomeen, which I hope you are. Like, this entire video is dedicated to you, my guy. Come on, at the very least, you gotta watch it. Like, you see the thumbnail, Potatomeen characters, like, you don't think of watching that video? What are you on? Also, I do change up a little bit of some of the designs. So here, I'm adjusting the sword real quick. But I do add a little bit more gold, just some creative liberties, mostly in the bicep area. You see, I gave him this sort of bicep armor, which... it's probably not medievally accurate, but like I just think it looks cool, and it adds a bit more gold to the arm. Because the only other place that the arm had gold was on the shoulder, but you can't really see the shoulder because it's covered up by those giant shoulder pads. And you see here, I'm adding a lot of black. Something I wish I might have done is I kind of wish I removed the cape, because the cape, I try to shade it to differentiate it from like the legs, but the cape just kind of ends up blending in with the rest of this. Like it's harder to see the silhouette with the cape, if that makes sense. So I kind of wish I went away with the cape, but I wanted to stay accurate. So yeah, see here, I'm adding those little wing flaps he has on his helmet. They're not super accurate to the original, because the original had I think 3 prongs in the wing flap, if that makes sense. Like the little prongs that go in between the flap parts. It had 3 of those, and I put 2 of those because I just thought it looked cool. But yeah, and you see here I'm adding and this is based off his second rendition of Tolgoff, because he's made him twice. He made him once in, I think, was it the original Potatomeen Nights Showcase, or was it the one after? I honestly don't remember, but this is his newer rendition of it. I don't know if he might even have an even newer rendition. And yeah, Potatomeen, come on, I want to see some more costumes. Your costumes are really good, man, and your knights. Make some more, please. I want to see some more. Okay, thank you. But you see here, and I'm shading it. Like I said, this drawing, I'm pretty happy with, except for like the cape. I'm not super happy with, but the rest of it, I think the pose, I think the coloring, and also I'm just a big fan of black and gold. Obviously, you've seen my sig fig, black and gold, but. Yeah, there you go. And this drawing is probably the longest out of the bunch, but it is almost done. Trust me, don't have to ramble on for that much longer. Or you can just skip ahead. Do whatever you want. The Constitution exists. You can do whatever. Also, with the shading for this one, it's kind of annoying. So I do highlights, like the highlight shade, where I do like a white with low opacity. Whenever I do it on black, I have to do it really, really low opacity because it's really easy to see. But when I do it on gold, I have to do a slightly higher or am I getting it wrong? I have to make it like more if that makes sense. So I have to do I have to do a lighting layer for the black, and then a separate lighting layer for the gold, so you can actually see it. So Yeah, that's kind of annoying with the black and gold, but still, I'm really happy how it looked out. And boom! I think the background also looks cool. It's like weird sunset. Okay, this one, this is the most recent, I think, knight he's made, or I guess character in this universe. He doesn't have an official name for it, but when he DM'd me, he told me he calls him, Grem, Grem, Grem. So yeah, I don't know if because he says, yeah, so he says he doesn't have a name, but he calls him Grem. But he's pretty cool. He first showed up, I think it was in these renders he made, which kind of like showed the origin of how he lost his arm to Grem, which I thought was really cool. And this is the kind of the guy who inspired the whole video. I'm like, damn, I should draw Grem because Grem looks cool. And you can see here, I add his normal limbs, his normal head, but also I do a separate layer to do it in red because he kind of has this weird thing where he has like his kind of redly ghostly projection that kind of follows him, but it's like part of him. So it's kind of like, I don't know, like it's like a big smear frame, like a big red smear frame, if that makes sense. I guess only animation people would know that. But yeah. So see here, I kind of just duplicate it with the red, his kind of pose, but I kind of change it a little bit. You know, so his head's facing the other way, his arms slightly down, his hands open. So it's like what he did before. I don't know if that makes sense. I still think it looks pretty cool. I do think I could have made it look a bit more transparent at the end. And then here I'm adjusting the hand. I end up not liking how it looks, although I think the hand's pretty fine. But I don't know. I kind of thought, I'm like, I'll just do a normal fist, because how the wrist is rotated. So I thought, yeah, that would look better. And then here I had these kind of, I feel like I've been doing these legs a lot recently. These like weird animal legs. And yeah, with the toes, because that's the legs he used in the custom. He used the fawn legs. I tried to change the mouth pose, but I ended up making it the same. I ended up making one eye slightly more open. But yeah, so this is just a second sketch phase. And on to the line work, and I basically just do the line work where I just do all the red parts, dark red, one shade of red all around, and then I just kind of shade it properly. And yeah, you can see here, like I said, I'm just adding the little Darth Maul horns he has on going. And yeah, but overall, I'm really happy with this drawing. And I really like the background. I kind of wish I recorded the background, actually. It's this kind of like lava base. I originally thought of doing the throne room, because in his original little renders, he was like in the throne room, presumably trying to usurp the king or whatever, because there's a little crown behind him. But you know, I decided to do this little lava base. I thought it looked cool. The only thing that wasn't so great about it is that the background was sort of orangish red. So it's a little bit, it's the red guy in the back, you know, coming out of him is a little bit harder to see. You can still make him out fairly well, but he doesn't have a super big contrast with the background, which I guess is kind of good because it makes him maybe look a bit more transparent in the setting. So it's just kind of like a subtle red, but at the same time, I don't know. You guys will see it compared to the white background, you know, how it is now compared to the other. You can see I had a lot of black and a lot of just black and dark gray for this guy. You know, not super complex in the coloring. Although he has little bits of lighter gray and some black, but yeah, I think this guy turned out really cool. And if you guys want to see another video like this in the future, Potatomeen has a lot of Crusaders he has made. So I would love to draw some more because his world is just really cool. And yeah, Potatomeen, if you're watching this right now, hi, how you doing? And also, if you want me to draw more Crusaders, let me know, because I like this world. I think it's really cool. I think you need to do more with it. It's really epic. But yeah, there you go. Let's just see. And also make sure to like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And might as well go watch that 2011 film. What came out 2011? Oh, I wonder. Is it Rango? You know. See here, I start the shading, and then I kind of lighten it a little bit because I thought I made it too dark originally. Yeah. The only problem, it's really hard with the shading with these on the black, because then I don't know, because no matter how many layers you got, it's still like just very dark, so it's kind of hard to, it only really comes out once you start adding highlights on it. then you can kind of see where the shading is. But as it is now, it's pretty hard to see like what I'm actually doing, except on the red guy. The red guy is pretty easy to see what's going on. But yeah, and I guess maybe I should have made it so like the red guy looks like it's kind of blending into. I keep on calling him the red guy. The red like weird silhouette. I should have made it so it looks like it's more blending into the to the other guy instead of just being some dude behind him. I do try that at the end off camera where I do add a little bit of a red glow on the foreground guy on some parts where I thought it would be connecting, but I don't know. I still think I could have done a little bit better job with that. But overall, so you see when I start adding highlights, then you can kind of the black really pops a bit more. At least in eye, and you guys are gonna see. And like, remember, like, subscribe, and y'all have a nice rest of the day, and enjoy the last drawing. I hope you guys do. It's pretty cool. I worked hard on these. Yeah, boom.